guys, this is vbNETtutorialshow and I'm here with a second video, and this is the tutorial on how to use variables and declare variables in your Windows forms, which is extremely useful if you're making an application with long lines of code, and it just makes everything cleaner and more simpler and stops you from having to write the same thing over and over again. So first of all, you want to click Visual Basic, Windows Forms, Application, and I'm just going to call mine variable tutorial. Doesn't really make a difference what you're called it, and that was just a project that I was working on before. Alright, so now I'm just going to get rid of the error list like I normally do. And what size? This program doesn't have to be big at all. But in my next video, you'll probably find the next video more interesting, as I'm going to cover if statements and what you can do with if statements, which is quite interesting if you ask me. So here I'm just going to add a button to the form, and I'm going to resize it so it's a big button like we did in the show before on the Hello World tutorial. And I'm going to start by going up here above the form load, which I just clicked, and just going to show you how do you get onto that. You double left click the background form or the button, it doesn't matter. Oh crap, doesn't actually matter. I can double click the button and both get me to the code area, which is form1.vb, which is where all the code is on. So now I'm going to start off by typing dim is basically declaring your variable, and I'm going to call mine message show. So I'm going to dim message show as string, and then you have to set the variable for the string on the same line, which makes it much more simple rather than programs such as Java, C++, which makes it really confusing because you have to like write it in different places, and it fucks your head about. So if I do a message show hello world, I'm just going to do hello world again, and that is going to be just a basic message show. And then I'm going to also add an integer, so it's going to be my number as integer, which is spelled integer. Most programs you just call it int, like in C++, but Visual Basic is simple in most ways, but I guess this doesn't want to be simple for that. So my number is just going to be the number 5. So now we're going to add some message boxes, which you learned how to do in the last tutorial. So hopefully you watch that and you'll understand this perfectly well. So it's going to start by, I'm going to zoom in on the code so you can read it much better. Bear with me a sec. Okay. So here we go. We've got the the declared variables here, which is message show and my number. You may want a camel case like I do on my college course, where we camel case all our things. It doesn't really matter, but actually in college we do something like this. So if I had it in, we declare all our variables like that. This would be like this. Message not make sense. Okay, so that would be my string and that would be my int. It just makes it so much easier when you're reading the code. So when you're going to have your message box, this just start by saying the title as hello world, and it's going to display the number. How are we going to go about doing this? Well, first of all, we're going to output the text, which is going to be something like this. Your lucky number is, and then a space. And then you put an ampersand, the and sign, which is also Shift 7 on your keyboard, the standard English keyboard that is, and it will automatically add the ampersand sign onto your code layout. So now I just want to type in intMyNumber, which was declared up here as the number 5. So this is going to output the number 5 onto your program. So now I'm just going to add a full stop there, which is going to add a full stop to the end of the number. Then, like I showed you in the first video about changing the title and the message box style, we're going to add a comma, and then we're just going to change it to MsgBoxStyle.Information. Why not? And then we're going to add another comma, and this comma is the title, and we're going to name the title of it is our string message show. So that is the syntax for our message box. I'm going to zoom in even more. So here we have message box, open bracket, open speech. Your lucky number is space, close bracket, close speech, ampersand, and then intMyNumber, which is the declared variable that we have already written at the top of the program. As you can see, it says here below the text, private int my number as integer, which automatically has picked it up that it's the int from the variable above. And this is just declaring the message box style, which is going to be in information, so it's going to pop up with the dum noise, and the exclamation, not the exclamation, the question mark. And this is telling it to have the title of the message box as our declared variable up here. So we're going to go ahead, zoom out again, and I'm going to run the program and show you what's going to happen. Hopefully I did this right. I'm pretty sure I have, and I shouldn't really have any doubts. So we're going to run the program. We get no build errors, you see. It's just button 1. You click the button, hello world is the title, and your lucky number is 5. And now I'm going to show you how you can edit that easily. I can just change this to title blah blah, and I'm going to change my lucky number to one ridiculous number. So I'm just then going to run it again, and here we go. The number is too big. That's silly of me. The number is too big, I think. That's the reason. Maybe, yeah, I think the number's too big. Maybe that's the reason why it's not working. Or, yeah, that's the reason it was. You can't have integers only account for a certain amount of digits, and I should have known that. So now I'm going to click the button, and it's going to say my lucky number is 120. As you can see, we have 120, and the title is title blah blah, and that is it. Ignore the Facebook sound in the background. I'm very sorry about that. So, as you can see, my lucky number is 120, and that is the basics of adding variables to your form. This is helpful if you're going to have, for example, dim strVersion as string, and the version, I have the version of the program as, say, version 1.0.2, and I can add this to the, add this, running version, and then space, and then have ampersand again, and then have strVersion, and that what that's going to do, and then add a full stop again. And what's that going to do is that's going to tell in the text box, it's also going to say the version I'm running, which is pretty helpful. Running version 1.0.2, this saves you from updating every single label of the version that you're using. Everything is just so much simpler. Well, thank you for watching this video. I hope you actually have learned something, and that is practically what I set out to do, is to teach you the basics of using Visual Basic to code basic programs. I need to stop saying basic, but yeah, you get the idea. I'm just vbNET tutorial show, just wanting to help you out. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like this video, and favorite.